Hello, welcome to Short Maths Clinic on Lehecys TV. And in today's clinic, we are looking at probability scales. Now, by the end of this short clinic, you should be able to place events correctly on a probability scale, and you should be able to be familiar with the terms we used when talking about events in probability. Now, usually when talking about probability, we talk about chances. Probability is usually all about chances of something happening. And when we are talking about chances of something happening, we use specific words like impossible, certain, very certain, or unlikely, very unlikely, events, and likely. So those are common terms that we use to describe events. Now, these events can be represented on a probability scale. Now, what is a probability scale? A probability scale is an horizontal line that runs from 0 to 1, where 0 represents impossible events. An impossible event is an event that cannot occur under normal circumstances. And 1 represents an event that is certain, an event that will occur under normal circumstances and will certainly occur. Then right in the middle, we have the even chance, the 50-50 chance that an event is likely to happen. Now, towards the impossible, that is towards 0, when you're at the center, then we can argue our chances. You can have chances that are unlikely to occur. They can occur but unlikely, so they tend towards 0. Or chances that are very unlikely to occur, they are represented, or when you're presenting them on a probability scale, you present them, you mark them closer to 0. Then we have events that are likely to occur. They are likely to occur more than events. They are not 50-50, so they move towards 1, and very, very likely until you reach the events that are certainly going to occur. Now, I want us to look at an example and show some of the probabilities on a probability scale, some of the events that we encounter with. Like the first event, part A of the event we want to show on our probability scale is that the probability that it will rain tomorrow. Now, when I want to mark that on my probability scale, then raining tomorrow is likely, depending on how you argue it out. So the probability that it will rain tomorrow can be marked either as an even event, a 50-50 event, or as a likely event, depending on the area, or very likely, depending on the season, or unlikely, again, depending on the area, if it is a semi-arid area. So depending on how you mark it, you can argue it out. Then the second one, part B, is I want to mark the event, the probability that the person you first meet on your way to school is a male. Now, this is a 50-50 event because you can either meet a male on your way to school. The first person you can either meet is a male or a female. So it's a 50-50 event. So on my probability scale, I mark it in the middle. So that is half, a 50-50 event. Then there is that event, part C, the probability that it will snow in the northeastern part of Kenya today. Now, that is an impossible event, and therefore on my probability scale, I mark it at 0 because in the northeastern part of Kenya, it is not likely to rain snow, because if we even struggle to get normal rainfall, then snow is close to impossible. So it can be marked impossible, as an impossible event, or very, very unlikely event, tending towards zero. And then lastly, on this example is the probability that the sun will rise tomorrow. That is a certain event. The sun will always rise, whether it is cloudy, whether it is shiny, or whichever weather it is. Every day the sun rises. So that is a certain event. So I mark it on my scale on the probability scale of 1. Now you can use your probability scale to show these probabilities. A, the probability that the school bus will arrive late tomorrow. B, the probability that a newborn baby will be a boy. C, the probability that Chelsea will win the next match. That's all I have today for our maths clinic on probability scales. I hope now you understand how to place events on a probability scale. Thank you for learning with Lehecys TV. See you again next time.